What up, what up, what up? Hey, alright everybody, what's up YouTubers? I got a 2000 Honda Accord 4-door LX 4-cylinder with a VTEC, and we got an oil leak somewhere. Actually I already know where the oil leak is. It's right there. You can see that. There it is. As you can see that, what that is actually is the VTEC Solenoid housing. You come up here, you look right there, so it's dripping right there. So that's actually the housing between this solenoid, this is a VTEC solenoid, which is right next to basically the intake manifold gasket. So here's your intake manifold, and then right next to it you get a VTEC solenoid, and it's basically leaking oil right there. So you got to go to the Honda dealership to get this gasket, but this is it right here. That's the part number if you need it. We can focus, and that's what it looks like. It's got a little filter on the bottom. So that's what we're going to be putting in today. So let me cut this car off before it fucking makes a puddle all over the damn driveway. Okay. So I saw a video already about how to do this. And in that video, they removed this air duct. They also removed that coolant outlet line right here, which is going to the thermostat. So it's the water coolant outlet thermostat housing. Basically, they took that off. Disconnected all that crap right in here, and just to get to that fucking bottom bolt. So what I'm gonna do, I believe if there's a fucking shortcut, I'd love to know about it, and I'd love to take that shortcut whenever I do it. So my idea, I'm not sure if this is gonna work, I hope it does, but see that bolt right there, right down in there. Let me zoom up on it. Right there, right past that, there's a solenoid, and there's that bolt right there. Yep, that's it right there. Alright, that's one EGR bolt, and then there's another one right there. There it is, right there. It's not focused, but so anyways, that bolt right there. I'm gonna try to, no, the other way, right there. There it is. Alright, that bolt. Alright, I'm going to take them two bolts off. That's the EGR right there, EGR valve. I'm going to take that EGR valve off and then disconnect this hose right down there. Right there. And then, there's only 3 bolts holding it in the back. But they're going to be a bitch to get to. And they are 12 millimeters, I believe. So, let's get going. Okay, so what I got there is a 14 millimeter on the end of a quarter inch drive extension, and it's a 14 millimeter, but the extension is a wobble head extension. Let me get you guys kind of set up here, maybe so that you can see some of this action. I don't think I'm going to be able to get you in there that well. Let's try to do this with one hand. she's on there tight. We'll have to get a ratchet on that. Yeah. And there's the bolts. And now I'm just going to take out this bolt right here. Let's see if you can, right there. That one right there. And then I'll take off this EGR housing. Go ahead and unplug it. Just press this button right here. Okay, so here we are. What has gone down is I've taken that EGR valve off. It's right there. And while I'm in here, I just sprayed a little brake cleaner in there. Took a screwdriver and cleaned out those ports because I noticed that they were clogged up. Same thing with those ports right there. Just clean them out since we're fucking here. Might as well do it. What have I done? This 10mm bolt on top of the VTEC VTEC solenoid valve. That's a 10mm. I took that off, and there is this little bracket, which I felt was going to obstruct my path. Also, I've unplugged this connector, which went here. Actually, I unplugged this one right here, and that was on that bracket. So took that off, unplugged this right here, which is your distributor. Goes to your distributor. I just felt like that plug was in the way. And also the oil pressure, this little VTEC oil pressure switch, which goes into here, and that is this, and it's a 22mm socket or 22 wrench that goes on, and there's that green one that goes right in there. And I just took that out, and on that video, or one of the good ideas to replace that black O-ring right there. You know, if you're gonna take this out and come this far, it's actually really not that hard to get to, but you know, for maintenance, preventive maintenance, wouldn't hurt to replace that little O-ring. So that goes right there in that hole. Damn. Okay. Anyway, I forgot where I stopped recording at. Anyways, I took out the VTEC oil pressure sensor, which is this right here. It's a 22mm socket or 22mm open-end wrench. You can use that. Took off that bracket right there. It's a 10mm. And just unplugged the distributor. Unplug this right here that goes to the solenoid, which is this plug right here. They're all on the same little thing. That's your distributor, and there's your oil pressure switch. All of those are on the same thing, and just kind of took this, moved it out the way. And if you look right now, I've got a 10mm wrench right there, and that is on the bottom bolt of that bracket. I don't know if you can see that right there. But so, and what I'm doing is just taking it and I'm just gonna pull up on it and break that nut right there. And now I can there's a 22 wrench right there that I used to get that sensor off, and now I can spin it out of there by hand. Just get that bottom one loose. Might need a little another turning with the wrench. But this little short wrench, it's an extra short wrench. got down on it, no problem. And there she goes. So anyways, I think this is gonna work. And after that, I just got those other 2 bolts on the top. That's it. Alright, it's coming out. I'm gonna just pause it for a minute and pull it out. Alright, so there it is. There is your VTEC Solenoid gasket right there. And there's a new one right there. So it's sitting on there like so on the car, so you only got 3 bolts on it in. 1, 2, and 3. So to get this one right here, what I had to do was I used a 10mm swivel head socket on a 1/4 inch ratchet. This one right here, because there's a little angle on it to get that off. And then that very bottom one, I used that wrench, the little short 10mm wrench right here. It's a little stubby one, so it's about a little bit longer than my middle finger. But that really helped out a lot, having a short 10mm wrench. Let me see. That's a stubby one. And I wonder how long. See, there's a regular Craftsman wrench. That's a little bit too long, I think, to get down in there. You might be able to use that one. You might be able to use a regular Craftsman 10. But that's a stubby, that's a short wrench. And these gear wrench, ratchet and wrenches, I'm gonna let you know right now they're not gonna work. I've got short ones here, but the heads are just too big, so you're not gonna be able to use a gear wrench on that. Just FYI. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take out this old gasket and put the new one in, and we're just gonna go ahead and reinstall it. But basically, so as you can see, like, you know, I always say this: there's no wrong way, no right way to fix a car. There's just gonna be a way to do it, and then there's gonna be a better way to do it, or there's gonna be a way that's not as good as a way to do it. So it's not, you know, a wrong. There's more. Basically, this is just showing you there's more than one fucking way to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw this guy's video, and he took off, you know what I'm saying, the intake, this right here, the coolant pump, and disconnected a bunch of shit. And I saw that video, I was like, man, I don't want to fucking do all of that shit. And when I was looking at it, I was like, damn, if I can just get that, to get to that one bolt right there, that bottom one, if I can get that one out, that's it. Like, these other 2 top ones are gonna be fucking pretty simple. And I was like, man, yeah, you could have to take this out, but you could also take off that EGR valve, and that will give you access to that bottom bolt right down there. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to get in there, but there's 1, 2, and 3. That's it. That right there, that bolt on the side, is actually the one that I was talking about. You're gonna have to move to the EGR valve to get to this bolt right here, up here on top. And then there's that one and that one down there. That one on the bottom, all you gotta do is take off that bracket off the top of the solenoid valve, remove all this electrical crap out of the way here, and you can get that damn wrench on that bottom bolt down there. So that's it. Basically, I'm just going ahead and put the new valve in, the new gasket in, put it on there. We'll see if it's fucking leaking afterwards. And also one more thing, just to give me a little play up here, you know, I did a little clearance. So I did take this off right here. There's going to be a little coolant that comes out, and that's from your thermostat housing. So I did You know, so there's a little clamp on it. You got to squeeze that down. Same thing here on the top of the valve cover. Squeeze that clamp down, pull it, and you know, just pull that up. And that's just going to give me a little wiggle room here for ratcheting and moving around and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back on. We'll see if it's leaking afterwards. Okay, so put the new gasket in, which is this sucker right here. It's got the filter right here on the bottom. It's got all kinds of particulates in there too. And it was still leaking. So it was leaking from the top gasket. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a crack right there in the very top. But it was leaking right there at that crack. And that one right there, so it's cracked in two places. But right there. But it was, you could see it coming out like right here, and then it was like running down the side. So before I put the EGR valve on, came out here, cranked it up. Also, when you crank it up with the EGR valve off, it will blow all the fucking carbon out. So when you crank it up, hit the gas, you know, hard, you know, a couple times, and blow that damn carbon out of there. But as you can see now, it is no longer leaking. That's that EGR valve right there. So we got a fix now. I'm also gonna have to reset the check engine light because it's probably got an EGR code now, because I cranked it up with it unplugged and everything, and the EGR valve's right there on the floor. So anyway, it's no longer leaking. Like we got a freaking fix. So like I said, there's just more than one way to do something. No right way, no wrong way. It just depends on a lot of your shortcuts are going to be determined by what kind of tools you have. So like for this one right here, if like I said, I saw his video. It was a great video. Now, I mean, the guy made a fucking great damn video, and I mean, it helped me out. And you know, he took off the air duct, the intake, the water outlet, right there where the thermostat housing is. Basically, took all that off. And then, you know, all these fucking tubes come out, all this electrical crap, everything, just to get like one bolt out. So I just went the other way, and I just took 2 bolts off for the EGR valve, and that's how I got it out. And like, if you're gonna do that, you must have like a 10mm swivel socket. Gotta have this, and then you're going to need a very short 10mm wrench. So that's all you need really for this shortcut. These 2 tools right here, a short 10mm wrench, and then a 10mm swivel head socket. You might even be able to use, you know, one like this, is a 10mm swivel head kind of. But anyway, that's a VTEC Solenoid gasket. This is a 2000 Honda Accord VTEC with a 4-cylinder. And so the lesson here is, you know, if you're going to replace one gasket, we're going ahead and replace both of them. You know what I'm saying? You might as well. This gasket right here was about $10, $12. This one right here was like $5. And they both go bad. They're both going to go bad. So if, you know, one's leaking, you might as well replace them both. And another thing on this 2000, when I went to the dealership, They didn't want to sell me the gasket on the top. They said, oh, it's no longer available. They don't make them anymore. I believe they're trying to sell me a fucking VTEC Solenoid, the whole fucking shebang. So what another there was another parts guy in there, and you know, maybe the other guy was having a bad day or some shit, or you know. But he was like, oh, all you got to do is just, you know, look up a 95 or an older model. So they went and this is a 2000 Honda Accord. They had to go look up a 1995 Honda Accord, and it's the same fucking part. You know what I'm saying? So they had to go look up a 95 Accord and get that part number right there, and I just used the part from a 1995, 1998. Basically any older model Accord, they're, you know what I'm saying, the same fucking part number, same shit, you know what I'm saying? The engine looks the fucking same. So if they try to tell you, oh, you know, we don't sell that part, they don't make it anymore, well, just give me one. I got a 1995 Accord. Tell them, oh, I got a 1995 Honda Accord, 1996. You know what I'm saying? Just sell me the fucking gasket from a 95. And that's how you might have to get it. So just a little word of advice, and hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.